Yomukage.
In movies, ideology is one of the main components of story, character ethos, and theme. The anime film Psycho-Pass, the movie has a wonderful exhibition of allusion, ideology, and intertextuality. The film is highly political in its storyline, plenty of ideological presentation throughout. Through the Desmond Rutaganda character, we see not only explicit ideology, but the ideology is reinforced through allusion to the work of Frantz Fanon. Specifically, two works of Fanon's, Black Skin, White Masks, and The Wretched of the Earth. Mercenaries are often apolitical. Desmond is a conflicted rebel who, while being a ruthless mercenary for nefarious forces, ironically against resistance fighters, is also deeply political, championing the work of philosopher, physician, writer, Pan-African Frantz Fanon. Quoting and alluding to Fanon in two specific scenes, and even further, connecting his own thoughts on violence and revolution to Fanon's. The scene where, while on his relaxing getaway, he is urgently contacted for a contract killing of a guerrilla and a government agent, Kogami and Akane. And a later scene where he tortures Kogami and enjoys an exchange of intellect with the captive. Desmond and Fanon share how their ideological perspective is informed by what they have witnessed and experienced on the ground level, empirical research rather than theory. A couple of scholars were kind enough to share their wonderful insights into Fanon and the films and characters' allusions to him during the two scenes. Fanon scholar Dr. Lewis R. Gordon on the two scenes and Fanon allusions. Scholars Dr. Sue Ann Harding and Professor Kathryn Batchelor on the scenes and Fanon allusions.
I have an urgent job for you. Of course, there will be a reward.
I'm very grateful. We have more time than we know what to do with.
Near Shimlip, there is a guerrilla stronghold containing 2 Japanese. One is a member of the group. The other, an inspector from Tokyo who came to arrest him. I want them taken care of.
The guerrilla is one thing, but Inspector 2? She's an agent of the Japanese government, right?
She looks as though she may get in the way. She's a hazard.
Here we go. Since you got involved with Seville, how we get a message like this?
Thanks to Sibyl, we have this paradise we call Shambhala. Even you could all live civilized lives here if you wanted. Just how long do you plan on playing savages on your little island?
At the level of the individual, violence has a detoxifying effect. It takes away the inferiority complexes and changes the contemplative and disparate attitude of native people. Violence makes them fearless and restores their dignity in their own eyes. At the level of the individual, violence has a detoxifying effect. It takes away the inferiority complexes and changes the contemplative and disparate attitude of native people. Violence makes them fearless and restores their dignity in their own eyes. You are now familiar with Frantz Fanon? You are now familiar with Frantz Fanon?
We are investigating the precise whereabouts of the target as soon as we find.
Don't worry about it. We mercenaries have our own intelligence network. Most information can be... 暴力のあり方に法だ正義だといったお題目を欲しがっている。国家が崩壊した世界では暴力の民間化が行われる。なぜなら組織された暴力の独占こそが国家の本質だからだ。暴力が拡散すると、それは政治以下的なものになる。社会的憤怒を源泉とした経済活動としての組織暴力だ。
血に呪われるものか。ポストコロニアルカブレの傭兵とは始末が悪い。
おお、腕だけでなく学もあるのか。ますます面白い。聞けばお仲間のゲリラどもは随分とお前に心酔していたそうじゃないか。何か耳障りのいい思想でも吹き込んでやったのか。
こちらは公安ユラシステム条約5項の権限に日本政府が治安活動犯罪係数が警告抵抗の意思を捨て落ち着いて理解しを伝えたは公安と
As I worked on this video essay in 2019 and early 2020, the social unrest in America and beyond during 2020 certainly made the various explicit ideologies and the Fanon allusions seen in Psychopaths the movie topical for me. So the legacy of Fanon, like Basquiat if you will, continues to be seen in all types of mediums and platforms, in this case through a Japanese anime film and one of its politicized characters making references to this iconic and wise soul. And like Ernesto Che Guevara and others such as Sigmund Freud, Frida Kahlo, Jean-Michel Basquiat, his legacy, lore, and persona have taken such a great hold that as art historian Oriana Batchelor has noted in reference to Kahlo, but this also applies to many others like Marilyn Monroe and James Dean, the public imagination tends to obscure the historically retrievable person. This is similar to what Dr. Sue Ann Harding noted about Desmond's Fanon use in Psychopaths. And coincidentally, Fanon becomes like others such as Patrice Lumumba, Che Guevara, Edgar Allan Poe, Franz Kafka, Kahlo, Basquiat, Bob Marley, Sam Cooke, people whose work has affected the global community in impactful ways and were taken tragically at fairly young ages.
What?